What's going on, you guys? This is Aaron from Departures Capital, and welcome to the video. In this video, we're giving you guys a big update on a company called TRYP Therapeutics. TRYP Therapeutics is a psychedelic drug research company with multiple clinical trials ongoing. So we're going to be giving you guys a full update on their business. It's been a little while, so I look forward to updating you guys on that. And also, for full disclosure details, always remember that this is a sponsored video. So check the description down below for full disclosure details, along with thoroughly reading our disclaimer and always remembering that these videos are not financial advice. So with that being said, guys, I bring you this awesome update. Also, don't forget to smash that like button. It helps my videos so very much. And don't forget to drop a comment down below and subscribe and hit the bell for notifications on future videos and updates on your favorite company. So let's get straight into it. All right, guys. So let's first take a look at the stock. And as we know, the psychedelic sector has been pulling back. And with that, of course, we have seen a pretty hefty pullback for the company. It's actually trading very close to its 52-week low. So it has a 52-week low of 36 cents and it trades for 37.5 cents as of the close this Monday. This stock's got a market cap of just $24.8 million and average daily volume of around 117,000 shares traded. So we're going to jump to their website first, go over a couple of things, and then go over their investor presentation along with some interesting information on what the company has been up to. So TRYP Therapeutics is leading the next wave of psychedelic drug development beyond mental health. A new era for psilocybin. So, as we know, psilocybin comes from mushrooms. We are revolutionizing what psilocybin-based treatments can do with life-changing therapies for chronic pain and other indications. Fibromyalgia, phantom limb pain, complex regional pain syndrome, or CRPS for short, binge eating disorders, and hypothalamic obesity. So let's get a little bit more information on their story and their background. So an emerging leader in psychedelics primed to unleash potential beyond mental health. So TRYP Therapeutics is leading the next wave of drug development beyond mental health with its psilocybin-based programs for chronic pain and other indications. Just a little bit of background. So in 2018, the FDA granted breakthrough therapy designation to synthetic psilocybin-derived drug compounds, giving pharmaceutical companies the green light to safely proceed into clinical trials to determine the clinical merit of the compounds. The industry milestone acted as a significant boost to credibility and aided in overcoming the stigmatization of psychedelics while spurring explosive growth among pharmaceutical companies in the space. So, as we know, we've covered it from day one. Literally the first day, MindMed had a fantastic IPO. It ran over 1,000%, still sits up hundreds of percent. But the market potential for the diseases that TRYP Therapeutics is pursuing is massive. Taken together, these programs have the potential to generate more than $12 billion in peak worldwide sales, and 4 of the programs that TRYP is developing have blockbuster potential, meaning that they could each generate more than $1 billion in annual worldwide sales. So let's get into their investor presentation and see what the company's been up to. And this is as of fall 2021. The stock is traded on the CSE under ticker symbol TRYP, or on the OTCQB under ticker symbol TRYPF. So psilocybin for neuropsychiatric disorders. 2 key points: chronic pain, including fibromyalgia, phantom limb pain, complex regional pain syndrome, and others. Eating disorders, binge eating disorders, hypothalamic obesity, and others. So let's talk a little bit about the psychedelic moment. So after decades of stigma from the medical community due to the recreational use of psychedelic compounds, the FDA has recently granted breakthrough therapy status to psychedelic compounds for medical indications. This development follows a pattern of naturally derived substances such as aspirin from willow bark or penicillin from mold that are synthesized and then tested extensively through clinical trials for safety and efficacy. So it's always a good idea to take a look at, the company's management team as part of your own research and due diligence, and then of course their advisory board. So as you can see, some pretty awesome people here on the board. We've got University of Alberta, San Diego, UCLA, University of Michigan, London Imperial College, and UCSF. Management team, so their CEO, Greg McKee, 15 plus years of experience as CEO leading publicly traded biopharma companies and other organizations. Now we have interviewed Jim Gilligan already, who's the president and chief scientific officer, 35 plus years of experience, including R&D, clinical development, regulatory affairs, and marketing. So here we have it, guys. This is their pipeline and clinical trial strategy. So the TRP 8802 will target binge eating and hypothalamic obesity, fibromyalgia, phantom limb pain, and complex regional pain syndrome. And we have the University of Florida and the University of Michigan lined up for their phase 1 and 2 trials there. Their TRP 8803, that is for proprietary formulation and delivery, and they're utilizing the University of Michigan as well. So let's talk a little bit about a few of the, the ailments that they're targeting. So fibromyalgia, existing treatments for fibromyalgia have limited efficacy, significant side effects, and less than 10% of patients adhere to treatment after 1 year. Nearly 30% of fibromyalgia patients take opiates despite the lack of evidence of their efficacy and risk of addiction. The fibromyalgia treatment market is expected to exceed $3.6 billion in value by 2026 alone. And that's just one ailment that they're targeting. So eating disorders with high unmet needs. The TRP 8802 will be used to explore the treatment of eating disorders with Jennifer Miller, MD, of the University of Florida, serving as principal investigator for our initial phase 2A clinical trial. Proprietary manufacturing TRYP has entered into an agreement with Curia, formerly AMRI, for research development and GMP manufacturing services for synthetic psilocybin that will form the basis of our PFN program, including TRP 8802. We expect to have our first batch of GMP product in Q4 2021 with sufficient quantities to supply our clinical trials and the academic research community. Intellectual property. So our intellectual property, including patent applications and trade secrets, is based on novel methods for the manufacturing, formulating, dosing, and administering of psychedelic compounds, resulting in material benefits across multiple indications. TRYP most recently filed a provisional patent in March 2021, describing innovative techniques resulting in a potential reduction in the time spent by patients in the dissociative state. So here is the competitive landscape. $100+ million market cap companies. So we see the other companies here in the space: Compass, MindMed, Cision. All these companies have market caps in the hundreds of millions, even billions of dollars. Bionomics being the smallest one with a market cap of $143 million. Now TRYP has a market cap of just $24 million. So let's quickly go over the summary. Number 1, we are addressing indications with clinical unmet needs that most psychedelic drug development companies are not. Number 2, we have the right scientific and executive team to successfully develop our drug platforms. Number 3, we have proprietary and differentiated methods for manufacturing, formulating, dosing, and administering of psychedelic compounds. And finally, number 4, we intend to go directly into phase 2A human clinical trials based on the safety profile of our chemistries. So that's an update on the company and the area that they're focusing on, guys. Let me know what your thoughts are. I still think there's a huge potential for all of these treatments when it comes to psychedelic drug research, and it's going to be interesting to continue to follow along. So drop those comments down below. Let me know your thoughts. And finally, always remember, for full disclosure details, this is a sponsored video. Check the description down below for full disclosure details, along with thoroughly reading our disclaimer, and always remembering that these videos are not financial advice. So with that being said, guys, that's it for the video, and we'll see you in our next video. If you like these videos, kindly hit that subscribe button and the bell for notifications. Drop us a comment down below. We'd love to hear from you. And finally, always remember, Departures Capital is for information, education, and entertainment purposes only. Don't buy or sell a stock because you heard it on here. Buy or sell a stock because you've done your research, you've done your thorough due diligence, and you're making your own personal investment decisions for yourself. This video is not financial advice. Furthermore, this video may or may not have been sponsored by the companies that we've profiled within this video, and we may or may not own shares of any of the profiled companies in this video. If you want to know the full disclosure details, check the description down below, along with thoroughly reading our disclaimer. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and I look forward to seeing you in our next video.